Hello, hello. Gonna wait a couple of minutes. Good evening. Good evening. Uh-oh, let me cut this off. There we go. I was like, how do I cut off my volume? That's how. Okay. First off, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all for your patience with me and not being able to attend and do a lesson with you all last week. I definitely was looking forward to it, but God had other plans. I am feeling better. I had a obstructed small intestine due to something bad that I ate. It inflamed my intestines and swelled it up to where it was obstructed. So I thank y'all so very much. Make sure I can see what y'all are saying. Thank y'all so much for your patience with me, because you don't have to be patient with me. So I'm thankful that you did. So are y'all excited? Today we're going to talk about how to nourish your hair from within. A lot of clients that when I would service from behind the chair, they would want to talk about everything that's going on with the outside of their hair. Like, how often do I get a trim? What products do I use to make my hair do this or that? My scalp is acting up. My hair is not growing. My hair is dry. And honestly, there are some things that I can do to the outside of your hair, meaning externally, but majority of the time, there are things that need to be altered and shifted within the inside, internally. So I'm excited to be able to share that piece with you all today. So if questions come to mind, definitely put them under this video, but I'm gonna wait to the very end to read them, so don't think I'm being rude. A lot of times when the questions come in, I get a little distracted and I wanna finish giving y'all the knowledge and then answer all the questions. But when it comes to mine, because I don't want you to forget, definitely put it in the comment section, okay? I hope y'all's day has been going well. Mine has been a little busy and I love to be busy. So here we go. We are about to start with Nourish Your Hair from Within, and this is the workbook that I created today. So as we talk about nourishing your hair and scalp through diet, what you eat, what you take in internally has a lot to do with the impact of your overall health of your scalp and your hair. It's really important to eat nutrient-dense things. So 4 things that nourish your hair and scalp through diet are protein. Protein is something that is very important to your overall body. It's what keeps your muscles strong. It's what keeps you strong, being able to get up out of the bed every day, walk around, lift something. Protein is so strong or so important in just being who you are right now in this moment. But not only is it strong for your body, when it pertains to your hair, it's strong and it's important in keeping your hair strands strong. So what they call protein when it comes to your hair is keratin. I don't know if you've ever heard of keratin treatments. It's typically where you hear that word, but it's something having to do with strengthening and giving protein to the hair. So it's very important that you consume protein as well. Omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids are important for healthy hair growth because they help support the scalp's health. The most important part, believe it or not, is not your hair, it's your scalp as far as you maintaining a healthy head of hair. It can reduce the inflammation that can cause or lead to hair loss. Yes, inflammation of the scalp can lead to your hair actually falling out. Omega fatty acids are found in fish, nuts, seeds, and these healthy fats can improve the density and reduce the inflammation. Density. When I use words that I know that are tossed so much, I like to define them to make sure that you understand what I'm saying. Density, it's the amount of area or hair in the area of a scalp. I actually was going over this with my daughter the other day in her math, and I was like, oh yeah, density. The first time I heard of density was when it came to like measuring something or the area or matter, space. So density when it comes to your scalp, the amount of hair follicles that are in one area of your head. When you have high density, that means it's so many hair follicles, meaning if you part, like I have high density, you try to part the hair, you can barely see the scalp at all. Low density, you cannot even part the hair. If you comb it back, you can see the scalp and it kind of looks like it's balding, but it's not. Normal density, you can part the hair and you can see the scalp fine, but if you pull it back and brush it back, you can't see the scalp. So that's what density is. It will improve the density. Vitamins and minerals. Vitamins are nutrients like biotin. You hear that a lot when people want to improve their hair or grow their hair, grow their nails. They talk about biotin. Vitamin E and zinc are essential for hair growth and healthy scalp, but they're not the only ones. We will get into that later on in the lesson. Hydration, which is why we're doing the water challenge. Hydration is so very important. When people sit in my chair and in the consultation, they're like, my hair is not growing. I know, number one, they're not drinking enough water or they are not getting trims. Those are the top two reasons as to which someone's hair is not growing. When it pertains to hydration and water intake, there is nothing you can do to the outside of your hair that will hydrate your hair like it will with you intaking the water. It's no other way. And so you can tell a difference by the softness, it doesn't feel like, hey, it's not dry. It's honestly a night and day type of feeling. I used to be able to touch my client's hair and say, you're dehydrated. They'd be like, how do you know? It's such a night and day feeling. And then when you're not hydrated, if there's not enough water flowing in your body, it's not making the blood flow to the follicle, which is what promotes hair growth. So it can possibly stunt the genetic growth pattern of your hair when you are in a dehydrated state. Henceforth, we are taking the water challenge. Also, body-wise, water is so very important. Our body makeup is of 80% water. It's there to help our organs operate like they're supposed to. It's there to flush toxins out of our body. Toxins are like germs and things that get into our bodies in 4 different ways, but they make us sick. And you want to stay free of as many toxins as you can. The 4 ways toxins get into your body: what you inhale, what you put on your skin, what you absorb, what you eat, which is what you ingest, and what you inject by way of like a needle or something like that. Those are the 4 different ways that toxins get into your body. And so when it comes to being hydrated, you're flushing those toxins out of your body with hopes of being able to stay healthier because you're eliminating the toxins that are getting in your body by exposure. Okay, those are the 4 different things that keep you nourished. Okay, so let's talk about the vitamins in food for healthy hair. As I mentioned before, It's just not those couple that you know of or you hear all the time. You have your vitamin A. It produces sebum, aka oils on the scalp that prevent breakage. The foods are carrots, melons, dark leafy greens that you eat to get your vitamin A. B complex, it promotes cell growth and division, which is important in hair growth. The foods that you eat to get your B complex vitamins are meats, eggs, nuts, grains, and veggies. Vitamin C, which is a great vitamin for immune system as well. Helps the body produce collagen. It's vital protein for healthy hair, skin, and nails. The food that you eat to get vitamin C: oranges, broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts, papaya, strawberries, kiwi, and red bell peppers. Vitamin D, which is very important for your immune system as well. If you're deficient in vitamin D, it's been linked to hair loss. So taking a vitamin D supplement can support your healthy hair growth. It also supports healthy skin and can improve the overall health of your scalp. The foods that you eat for vitamin D are salmon, tuna, eggs, mushrooms, milk, and then just going outside to get some pure natural vitamin D. Then you have your iron. Iron deficiency can lead to hair loss as well. So taking the iron supplement can help support healthy hair growth. Iron helps carry oxygen to the hair follicle. Remember, we talked about the hair follicle in the scalp, promoting healthy hair growth. Foods: red meat, oysters, spinach. Zinc is very important for your immune system as well. It's important for healthy hair growth because it helps the body produce and utilize protein. It also supports the immune system and can help prevent scalp infections that may contribute to hair loss. Foods: pumpkin seeds, chickpeas, mushrooms, garlic, spinach, and yogurt. Then we have the popular vitamin associated with hair health, biotin, also known as vitamin B7. It's a popular supplement for hair growth. It supports the production of keratin, that protein, the protein that makes up the structure of the hair, and can improve hair thickness and strength. Foods for biotin: mushrooms, avocados, eggs, salmon, and peanut butter. Vitamin E, an antioxidant that protects the hair and scalp from damage caused by free radicals. It can also improve blood flow to the scalp, which can support healthy hair growth. Foods: almonds, seeds, avocados, and broccoli. So this is my favorite part when I'm educating about diet, because people are always blown away when I talk about this. The foods to avoid when you are really serious about healthy hair growth: sugar, which is not good for you overall anyway. But why is it not good for you? Your hair needs protein to grow. Remember, we talked about that, to be strong and to grow. Well, sugar hinders the absorption of the protein. So just like you should steer away from the artificial sweeteners, you should always avoid eating foods that have high content in sugar, like those with like white starches, white rice, white bread, white yams. You should stay away from all of those because they turn into sugar. Diet soda. Diet soda is just not good for you. It uses the artificial sweetener that causes hair loss and thinning if consumed too excessively. I don't know if y'all drink a lot of diet soda. Avoiding the chemical: always read the labels carefully to consume the FDA approved quantity, and replace with other artificial sweeteners like natural ones like honey. I know you can't put honey in your diet soda. However, you can put it in your tea and in your coffee if you like something like that and you want to sweeten it. Stay away from aspartame. Fast food, and fast food. Greasy burgers and fries translate into a greasy scalp, which can clog your pores and lead to hair loss. You don't like clogged pores on your face, so why would you want that for your scalp? And when I look at clients' scalp, I can already tell if they have a diet that's full of grease because I can look at it on their scalp. It does not look pretty, but I could tell. So if you eat a lot of greasy food, lay off of that. Some of my clients say, I'm just going to drink extra water. Okay, do what you do. But it does have an effect. Liquor: how often is safe for you to drink liquor for it not to affect your hair? I would say 3 to 4 times monthly. Liquor slows the level of zinc in your body, which is necessary for healthy hair and growth. As if that's not enough, alcohol dehydrates your hair, making it more brittle and more likely to break. So that's the reason why you don't consume too much liquor. Certain fish, which was very surprising to me, I'll be honest with you, when I learned this years ago, some fish carry mercury, a heavy metal that is generally harmful to humans and can also lead to hair loss. A rule of thumb is the bigger the fish it is in nature, the higher the mercury it contains. So big fish like tuna, swordfish, shark, or king mackerel will contain more mercury than smaller fish like salmon, cod, or sardines. Okay. Now let's talk about medication. When I was behind the chair and doing consultations, I'll be honest with you and say about 80% of the women that sat in my chair were on medication. And so I didn't start doing these consultations until 2016. And I've been doing or having my own business since 2008. So it was really surprising to me to know that many of my clients were on medication. Medication has a big effect on your hair and your health. So here are some medications that were common from behind the chair that a lot of women were on. And I'm going to tell you about, what the medication is and what could it cause if you are on the medication. So the point is to stay as healthy as you can with the healthy diet that I just talked about. So you can eliminate, being on medication from cholesterol or high blood pressure and things like that. So the first, a cholesterol lowering medication, such as statins, are commonly prescribed to manage high cholesterol levels. While these medications are essential for cardiovascular health, they have some potential side effects related to hair and scalp. Hair loss. Some individuals may experience hair thinning or hair loss while taking statins. This is considered a rare side effect and typically occurs in a small percentage of users. Dry scalp and skin. Typically, that is what I've seen behind the chair the most. If they are not using a relaxer or another chemical, it's typically really dry, flaky scalp. It's itchy. They're trying to figure out how to moisturize it. Their hair is more dry, and they're trying to figure out what ways to moisturize their hair. So from behind the chair and experience, that's more so the side effect that I've dealt with. I haven't had a whole lot of people with hair loss when it comes to cholesterol medications. But how do you rid of that? More hydration treatments and drinking more water. So it can get better. And so as we do like scalp treatments or exfoliate the scalp and do hydration treatments and then drink more water, we're able to alleviate those effects. Okay. Antibiotics, of course, if you have any type of bacterial infection, you will get an antibiotic. And so it never really, I would say, made somebody's hair fall out. It was just the disruption of the gut, the balance of the bacteria in the gut affecting the nutrient absorption. So maybe your hair may feel a little finer or not as strong, but I didn't feel or experience anybody's hair falling out from antibiotics, but definitely, and some people could feel a little difference in the strength regarding hair strand. And I would do elasticity tests, which you'll learn later on in the lesson. But that is pretty much the only side effect from antibiotics. Blood pressure medications. They are medications that will sometimes cause you to have hair loss, especially in the middle. When I was doing more chemical processing with relaxers and color, I had more breakage and hair loss because that hair gets thin, it gets dry, and it just tends to come out in the top. So, like I said, to fix those types of problems, I just double up on the treatments and really, really just keep an eye on the hair to make sure that it's strong and that it's moisturized. And if there are any scalp issues, make sure I'm doing scalp exfoliating. Okay. So that is it for today as far as nutrients, medication, illness. Let me talk about illness. Your hair will definitely be affected when you are ill. To share a little bit of my story, I remember, when was this, 2000? When I had my lung removed, I nearly lost my life. I was in the hospital on life support for a month and a half, not expected to live. And I remember I went into the hospital with braids. I never wear braids, but I knew I was having a major surgery and didn't want anybody to have to deal with my hair. When I got home 2 months later after having that surgery, as they were taking my braids out, my hair was just coming out with it. So when your body goes into a state of extreme illness, your hair will be affected because your hair is the last thing on your body to get any type of nutrients. All of your organs are more important. I'm sorry, they just are. And it's the way God made our bodies. Those are the things that get your all of the nutrients first. So the good thing is, after you experience this, if you just continue to nourish your body, your hair will eventually come back. Because I remember my hair was thin as paper, and I've never had thin hair. And I was so upset about it, but I didn't want to make a big deal out of it because I was just thankful to be alive. And so after months and months of just taking care of my hair and eating and getting healthier, my hair got healthier. I would say, when did I have COVID? 2021. My husband and I had COVID, and it was pretty rough for us. I'm not gonna lie. And I tell you, y'all, in my hair, I could feel like the hair that's growing in is healthy and thick, but then there's like a little dip, like a dip in all of my hair. That's why I actually cut it back off. You could feel the dip, and then it was healthy again. And so that dip is when I had COVID, because all of the nutrients were like, we gonna make her better. We're not gonna tend to the hair right now. So it's a normal thing because we're all thankful for life and thankful for our health. But what you do to combat any type of sickness like that is just give your hair some time and some patience, because as you get healthier, your hair will continue to get healthier. So what I have here for you is your health assessment worksheet. Just go through this on your own. There's nothing you have to turn into me or anything like that. Just to see where you are. It's always good to take inventory of what you're doing on a daily in your life in this area, so that you can make some changes, so that you can be overall a healthier person, because we only have one body. We only have one life, and the better you take care of it, the better quality of life you will have as we all age. Sort of like taking care of an antique car. You'll see it and you're like, dang, that person took care of that car. That's how we should be taking care of our bodies every day. And what we're putting in it and putting around it is so very important. So this will help you jog your memory and just look on paper to see what you need to improve on. If you have any questions regarding after you do this assessment, you all know where to find me, definitely. And then here's the vitamin and supplement guide. Those things that I said above is something that I printed it like this just in case you wanted to print it out. But I also added something to it. I love chlorella. These are my plant-based like powders that I either add into a drink. I'll add it into my oat milk and stir it up, or my coconut water, or I'll put it into a smoothie. But these things are really, really good. And by the way, if by chance you do like to take pills, and I do as well, you can eat this, but you can also get it in a pill form. I like Garden of Life women's cold vitamins. I really like it. It's the real food and veggies chopped up into a capsule, and you take one a day, and it's good with energy. I like the B complex that they have, and they have a vitamin C one. So, and they also have a B12. So anyway, those are the ones that I would suggest if you were looking for a supplement vitamin to take, to be an insurance for what you don't get every day when you eat. And so that's what I recommend. So that is it for today on nutrition. I hope that you all learned something. Do you all have any questions for me? Now is the Q&A time. Anybody? Any questions? Oh, y'all are really over there talking and I don't see anything. Let me go over here and look. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, I'm glad you're feeling better. Yes, I'm so glad I'm feeling better. God is good. Is the hair, skin, nail vitamins the same as a multivitamin? So it depends on what's in the vitamin. make this bigger. It depends on what's in the vitamin. Typically, hair, skin, and nail vitamins focus on biotin only and a couple of vitamins, but a multivitamin gives you everything. Your vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin B, just everything. So it's going to have way more vitamins than a hair, skin, and nail vitamin. But I would say compare it, because some people do create hair, skin, and nail vitamins that will give you everything that you need. So I would say compare it to a multivitamin to see if it has the same vitamins. I don't have a sweet tooth, so no cakes or sodas for me. I drink my coffee black, but I love white rice. I know. I eat brown rice. I eat white rice occasionally. I like jasmine rice. That's my favorite white rice. Libby, liquor, does that include beer? I drink 2 or 3 a night. No, that does not include beer. That does not include beer. That is because antibiotics are short-term. Correct. I recently started B12 injections. So tell me, how are you liking the B12 injections? Are you feeling the energy from them? Go back in. Not really. She's like, not really. When my daughter was in college, she would crush PNV into her shampoo. What is PNV? Tell me what that is. Well, and with the B12, give it some time. But the thing about B12 and B12 period, B vitamins period, they don't last in your body. They flush out every day. So that's the one thing about B vitamins that I'm like, man, you got to take it every day. It's not something that stores. Your body doesn't store B vitamins. They flush them. They go straight on through your body. But hopefully you'll start to feel something the more you take it. PMB. I'm trying to figure out what is that. What could that be an acronym for? Okay. Well, if you have any more questions, because I don't know if you're still on here or not, definitely drop them below, and I'll be revisiting the comments under the bottom. And I'll either, if it's a lot of questions, I'll do another video. But if not, then I'll probably just answer it one-on-one. But you all have been great. Thank you so much for your questions. And if you have any additional questions, post them under the post in the group that asks for your questions, and I'll be sure to answer them. Okay? Y'all have a beautiful night. I'm so glad that y'all joined me, and I will see you all next week on next Thursday. Make sure you drink your water. I'm so proud of y'all. I'm going to be dropping some tips in the chat, or some, not tips, but some facts about water, and just trying to keep it a little interesting, because water is not that interesting to drink. But I'll give you some tips to make it a little bit easier for you to stay on task if you are doing something new or really trying to stay on track with this water challenge. But so far, I'm really proud of y'all. Keep up the great work, and I will see you all next Thursday. Have a great rest of the week.